Hey, let's take a moment to see what DC Comics is up to before they get bought by somebody. Maybe Kirkman. We'll see. Anyway, Bounding Into Comics has put together a list of some of these ideas that they're working on, and one of them involves a new Justice League team. Justice League was originally the Justice League of America, but then, the word America becomes problematic, doesn't it? It was JLA for a while, But then there was also a Justice League International that didn't include everybody, and I'm being invaded by a lawnmower. Yeah. Well, that happens. We'll persevere. Yeah, there was even a Justice League Europe, and all that sort of stuff. And then, of course, Justice League Dark, which they have, features all the supernatural characters fighting the forces of evil. Well, now we're going to get a JLQ. JLQ? No, not Justice League Q and No. This will be Justice League Queer. Now, I'm sure by now you probably heard some bit about it, but it turns out it's not quite the done deal. See, it's among several potential new DC series whose publication to be decided on by fan vote. So, I got to admit, I'm a bit impressed by this because look, for social justice purposes, if it wins, well, it's a victory for him. All accepting and progressive and stuff. But even better if it loses, you see, all the hatred still out there. That's why you need us to fight and stuff, So either way, it can work out. But still, the idea of letting fans decide, ew, they're nasty and toxic. They're supposed to be just sit there, shut up, and do what they're told. Damn it. But, DC. So anyway, that's the big deal. So, of course, Justice League Queer is the one that got everyone's notice. And there's Superman. People have always wondered about him, Is he changing his cape to the rainbow? Yeah. It'll just be a Q there now? I don't know. So there's a list. There's more than that's just one. So good old Bounding Into Comics here gave the list, and we'll get into it. Oh yeah, this is a scene from the Multiversity series that Grant Morrison did about the multiverse and stuff. And so there was a version of where Green Lantern and the Flash were gay lovers, which is funny. I always kind of, in my night parody, the knockoffs of Flash and Green Lantern are, yes, gay lovers in my story. So, hey, great minds think alike. But, it's like, I never really cared because, it's not the original characters. It's some alternate universe possibility and say, hey, things could change. Yeah, that's a flashlight he's holding. A flash light. Okay, right. So anyway, and so he's worried about I forget what he's called here. He's the flashlight and the Flash guy. I don't know which name they gave him. I can't remember now. But he's worried about him getting hurt and going off into something dangerous and all that sort of stuff. So it's all very endearing. But the idea of Justice League Queer would be there'd be a whole team of I guess gay and trans and stuff like that. So anyway, I guess, is Kyle Rayner coming out too? I don't know. Anyway, there's the gay Flash again, all that stuff. So anyway, here's the list. And we start off with Green Lantern's Underworld on fire. So the synopsis is: a deadly outfit of space outlaws are raising the intergalactic underworld sector by sector under the command of a disruptive new kingpin. Well, they can't call him Kingpin. You know why. In search of an ancient payday worth becoming the target of every power player in the galaxy, including Sinestro. Green Lantern's Kyle Rayner and Kilowog, after mowing the lawn, are put on the case, but will Kyle be able to do this one by the book when he finds out who's behind it all? Right now, I'm just going to tell you, this is the best list they've got. This is the one that should win. That's a pretty cool setup. And it involves like space criminals and crime bosses and stuff, but also the typical space opera type stuff for Kyle Rayner to deal with. So that sounds pretty good. It kind of, Underworld reminds me of that. Remember that series they were going to do for Star Wars that was supposed to be about their, yeah. But anyway, so there's that one. The next one, Etta Candy, Holiday Hero Inc. On summer break from Holiday College, an accident grants Etta Candy her very own superpowers, taking on the new superhero mantle of Candy Stripe. Etta joins forces with Wonder Woman, Amanda Waller, and her Beta Lambda sorority sisters to create Holiday Hero Inc., an all-girls agency sworn to protect and assist anyone in need. Woo woo. Well, anyone? Probably just women. I don't know. Is Etta Candy? I think Etta Candy is black now. But initially, she was like a black supermodel. Stupid New 52. But now I think she's back to being the comical overweight character saying woo woo. Yeah. So anyway, pass on that. That just sounds ridiculous. I suppose like a quick 8-page backup in Wonder Woman would be fine. So the Brave and the Bug, Crisis on Infinite Ambush. Tee-hee. Ambush Bug must team up with some of DC's greatest heroes to survive an attack by revenge-seeking ambush bugs from across the multiverse, who never got to exist thanks to AB's refusal to be rebooted. Oh my. Well, so it's trying to be another character other than Harley, trying to be DC's Deadpool. Although I think Ambush Bug predates Deadpool, if I remember correctly. And is this silly character who often breaks the fourth wall and stuff like that. Pass. Not interested. Zatanna and the King of Nightmares. Something is terribly wrong with Zatanna's powers. Again. But before she can heal herself, she is forced to confront her worst fears. Again. In a strange new spiritual realm ruled by terrifying otherworldly foe known as the King of Nightmares. Which, you could just weave that in Justice League Dark, if that's still going to be published. I know they gotta trims a lot of fat and straighten that, so maybe there won't be a Justice League Dark series anymore. I don't know. But that's pretty much what you could do. But this plot, good Lord, I've seen her do this I don't know how many times. Pass. Lobo, Animal Man, Scorched Earth. Lobo. The name makes entire alien races collectively wet themselves with fear. The main man is proudly hyper-violent, arrogant, loud, stubborn, impatient, and ill-tempered. The best thing about him is that after he completes his contract, he leaves. Until now. Lobo's another one that DC could have utilized as their Deadpool. It could have been a combination of Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy. How about that? And Jason Momoa would be perfectly suited for that character, but he's Aquaman now. So, I don't know. Pass. It's just another Lobo story. I don't see what the big deal is. Son of the Creeper. Oh, remember the Creeper? The Joker, whatever. An awkward teenager's life is turned upside down when he inherits his dad's chaotic powers. With his family in danger, Kieran Millar must save a father he doesn't know from the monster he's become. Maybe, but that's just not enough to draw me. Yeah, I don't pass. So here we go, the real stars of the show. Justice League Queer. 8 young queer heroes investigate a series of monstrous manifestations around the world and discover that something much more terrifying is coming. Homophobes. But, so it's just basically a Justice League story, but they're all, a queer of some sort. And, it's like, that's the main thing. Is the story all that great or original or new or something like, oh man, this sounds cool? No. But it's got its shield. But it's got to win the popularity vote, so that'll be interesting. Well, yeah, apparently here's where they retcon out Alan Scott. There's his homoerotic moment, apparently. And he's gay now. Because just his son being gay wasn't cool enough. So we needed Alan Scott himself to be gay. And which they already did, but it was an alternate Earth. But no! Damn it, the original must be gay. Because I knew the gay character that they already had wasn't good enough. You got to have the straight guy's title. I don't know. So there you go. But I don't know that. But they're going to cast him for the, the TV series. And so, for woke points, he had to be retconned as gay. They couldn't come up. There's going to be a new character, I believe, in there. I don't know why she wasn't made. Maybe she will be gay. I don't know. But they could have done that, but because it's the Green Lantern Corps. I mean, there's a lot of people in that. So, mostly aliens, but still. Well, you could have gay aliens. But, you know, when you got a virtue signal all the time, it's always a clear sign. Oh, you don't have any real plot, do you? No, you got to shield it for woke points. And then, but the Twitterverse can't make your shows and movies into successes because there aren't enough of them, and they don't have the money to support your product. And plus, they don't really care anyway. Anyway, moving right along, it turns out there's more to go. Robin, a new Robin series. Well, in the Bloodhaven apartment of Dick Grayson, a group of young people meets for coffee, donuts, and vetching between long, awkward silences. Oh, good God, in a comic book? The only thing they have in common? All were once Kid Wonder sidekicks to Batman. Robin's pass. Good God, that's awful. People who like silly stuff might like this one. Paws off the Justice League, tee-hee. When the Justice League disappears, Jimmy Olsen and the Super Pets must save the world from certain doom by posing as the missing league. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That'll be great. I think they got an animated Super Pets movie coming. But, pass. Jesse Quick, control. When Jesse Quick uses her spade to access an alien artifact from a long-dead civilization, she finds herself imbued with the ability to harness and control the elements around her as her former super speed is drained. But when the power begins to corrupt Jesse, she must decide to give up these gifts, or risk becoming, quite literally, her own worst enemy. It's an okay jumping off point for a series and stuff like that. I don't know that Jesse Quick has the name recognition enough to be successful, but you know, in the old days, this sort of stuff could happen when you had a good team on it. And this basically, I'm losing my powers, but she's tempted by another source of power. And, but can she let it all go? And I'm assuming by the end she will, but then there'll be and your reward is your super speed is restored. And she's like, what? Really? Oh, and then there you go. You get your happy ending. I don't know. You want to go for the best of this list because you can only have one. And, it's okay, but I don't think it's good enough to win, the vote. Blue Beetle, graduation day. Trapped between heroics and his future. Jaime Reyes is directionless. When the Reach? Interrupt Jaime's high school graduation. Things only get worse. Starfire becomes a new mentor to Blue. Boy, he's going to be able to concentrate with that, right? Yeah. To Blue Beetle. But is it Jaime or the Scarab that's really in the driver's seat? And why hasn't Jaime applied to any colleges? Because he's figured it out it's a scam. He should just go to trade school. He'll be better off. Come on, Jaime. That's what you got to do, buddy. It's just another Blue Beetle series. There's been a couple of them, and, they haven't done very well, because they keep chasing Peter Parker, you know. And so, I don't think so, you know, but yeah, maybe. But see, Blue Beetle could work probably better as they used to have these backup stories in other comic books, so he could, you know, put him in the backup of, I don't know, Batman or Superman or something like that, and it worked better that way. But I do I think for some extent, because he's got this new cool thing. It's like almost the full deal for the Scarab of what it's supposed to do as opposed to what it did for Dan Garrett. And then of course Ted Kord never did have any powers, you know, who was actually, come on, let's face it, the better of the Blue Beetle. But you know, with all his gadgets, he inspired Night Owl from Watchmen. All right, so there you go, Blue Beetle. But still, is that enough to beat out? Well, considering what it's up against, maybe it will. So anyway, Night Runner, loving Paris. So Night Runner's another Batman. All of Paris is obsessed with an intoxicating virtual songstress whose holographic stage shows are lighting up the city of love. But when the Vocaloid ingenue's fans start to disappear, Night Runner must track down the infamous developer behind the eerily realistic celebrity AI. I guess she's probably real. This should just be a backup in Batman. That's all you got to do. No, not your own series. Not worth the trouble. Swamp Thing, A House of Secrets. When love will not die, the dead must rise from the grave to kill it. Yes, I'm in Louisiana, so this happens all the time in Louisiana, sure. Louisiana, 1905, caught in an internal triangle of love and living death. The monstrous Alex Olson, his widow Linda, and his undead rival Damien. Well, you know he's a bad guy. Yeah. Vie for control of the cursed swamp where life, death, the past, and the future spiral into one never-ending nightmare. Well, this takes place long before Swamp Thing came along, but I guess since there's apparently time travel involved, he'll show up in some form or fashion. Or maybe there was an earlier Swamp Thing, like Spawn. But this could just be a plot weaved through, yes, you guessed it, Justice League Dark. So, it's a bit more intriguing than Zatanna, which is just the same thing. So maybe it would beat that, but I don't know if it beats the whole thing of a series you want. Suicide Squad 7. Oh, boy. Harley Quinn, of course, leads a team of criminals. A multimillionaire adventurer, a stage magician, a sugar-obsessed serial killer, a delusional former superhero, a drunk... I wonder who that could be in time for the movie. Yeah. A drunk assassin, a mute metahuman, and a child who becomes a monster to stop the century-old Church of Blood from trying to destroy all of humankind. Yeah, well, is Suicide Squad canceled? Otherwise, just put this in Suicide Squad. You don't need a special one. Asteria, remember that name? Did you see Wonder Woman 84? Yeah, so... because it was so popular. Asteria, the last Amazon, not really, but anyway. An immortal Amazonian champion returns to man's world I thought she was stuck in man's world. Anyway, to discover her in the Amazon sacrifice now forgotten. A new breed of heroes seeking power, glory, and dominance, and the secret family she left behind offering one last chance at redemption. Again, could have just been a backup story in Wonder Woman. Superman and Lois. Oh, finally thinking, hey, that show's pretty popular. This one might win out just because it sounds like it's an adaptation of the TV show. Superman and glows ignition, and the car breaks down and they got to work on it. Our solar system is a machine. It is? And its purpose is to trap and kill Superman. Oh, okay. The sun is darkening, Mars' orbit is changing, and a mysterious citadel in Jupiter's great red eye has awoken. The eye opens up. It turns out it's Sauron. It is time for Kal-El to stand against the very end of his world. But he won't be doing it alone. Lois Lane is suited up and... Oh, God. Yeah, that's... And blasting off to get the biggest story in human history and to watch Clark die. Clark watches back as he faces his greatest challenge yet, facing ancient aliens and planet-sized machines, trickster asteroids, and giga-krakens of Neptune. Superman and Lois will fight across all 9 planets to prevent Earth's dark destiny and save her future. Well, I'd pass on this and just watch the TV show. Yeah. So, there he goes. None of this is art from the story. I think this is because it hasn't been done yet. Because why waste the time if no one wants it? The first round of voting began on March 31st. Oh, jeez, didn't even realize that. And will end on April 7th. Voting rounds will continue on a weekly basis until the tournaments end on May 27th. All right, so there you go. You can go pick your favorite series. Right from the beginning. The Green Lantern one is the best of the batch, and that's the one that should win. So, there you go. Hey, they're giving you a choice. They sure are. And boy, is Twitterverse going to be mad about that. They sure are. Even if JLQ wins, they'll still be mad because then they won't be able to gripe about it losing. But at the same time, DC catered to the fans. And you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to tell the fans what they're supposed to think. Period. So, DC still loses in the world of Twitterverse. Or you could just forget Twitterverse and just produce products your customers want. Yeah, that's the key to success. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.